Greetings YouTube friends and fans, Area 51 Rider here. It is June 17th, I believe, 2019. Yes, June 17th. I am on the west side of the Nevada Test and Training Range in the area of Beatty, Nevada. And today's trip, among other ones, is going to be into a place called Stonewall Mountain, and the significance of this exploration today is that you can actually drive inside the restricted area. You can go inside the restricted area if you're passing through to this Stonewall Mountain area. So that's kind of the whole point of today's of this video and this exploration. All right, so this is right after I turn off the highway down the road that leads to the gate to Stonewall Mountain. So the road isn't too bad, so I probably shouldn't need my quad, but you never know. Thunderheads in the area, a tiny bit of rain, but they had thunder and lightning warnings yesterday, thunderstorm warnings. This spot's been mentioned to me in the past by one of my good friends who is far more knowledgeable about Area 51 and related places far more than I am. He's been doing this for years and years. In fact, he was one of the original interceptors. You have to read Area 51, the Dreamland Chronicles, to get an idea of who the interceptors were. Basically a group of guys that were the original explorers, including Glenn Campbell of this whole area. So he mentioned to me about Stonewall Canyon, or Stonewall. Sorry, I have my scanner going there. About Stonewall Mountain, the fact that you can actually go inside the restricted area to get to it, which is basically the only reason I'm going in there. But then my good friend Jason Harper from Pahrump mentioned a dirt road that goes east from Leda Junction, which is this road. So I guess he got chased out of here by the military. I didn't realize it was the same place until I checked it on Google Earth, and it's the Stonewall Mountain. So I got my handy maps.me GPS on my burner phone with all my waypoints marked. So I should move this bottle of water out of there. Pretty much bare desert on the way in here. Fortunately, this road isn't too bad. It's a little bumpy, but certainly drivable with my Tacoma. Alright, so as you can see on my maps.me, I'm coming up to a gate. So this is the gate to the left, the north gate, and this is the gate you do not want to pass this gate. And I've never been in here before, so not sure what we're going to see. Oh, there's some signs. The usual. Range 71. I haven't heard of range 71. There's a big sign down there. Entering range 71. Contact Blackjack on something before entering. And then there's you could see a laser I'll put some close-up pictures that I took with my Canon in this video. There's a laser warning sign, which is what you usually see at these ranges where they're doing laser targeting. I'm guessing those lasers they use are pretty powerful and you don't want to be looking into one. So anyway, this is the gate you do not want to cross, and gate's got a big padlock on it anyway, so it's not like you could accidentally just walk in there. I guess you could just walk under the gate though, but I'm not doing that. So yeah, so far I haven't seen any security at all, or really I haven't heard any aircraft at all. Alrighty, I am coming up on the gate that I am actually going to cross into restricted area. And it takes you through a corner of the restricted area to Stonewall Mountain, Stonewall Spring. And there's another viewpoint in there as well. Check it out. You can see some wild horses in the distance. Burros or wild horses, can't tell from this distance. Usually I'd get my quad out for this kind of a trail, but it's raining a bit, so I'll just take my Toyota right in there. There's another gate here. So, Stonewall Falls. Public access gate. Warning, road crosses aerial bombing range. Stay on the road. Close the gate. Do not travel beyond Stonewall Falls. So there you go. So if I stay on the road and I don't go any farther than Stonewall Falls, I can drive right on to a restricted area. I had to bail out of my trip in here because heavy thunderstorm rolled in, so I'm just driving back in. You can see the water standing. Anybody that doesn't think this desert doesn't get water, it frequently does, and there can even be flash floods in here. I'm just coming up on, I can't tell if they're wild horses or burros. It's muddy in here. They got a lot of rain in here in the last couple hours. I don't think they're... You can probably see the thunderheads that have moved to the south. Yeah, they're burros. Just stand in the road. Dopey bastards. Yeah, just stand there. Yeah, now you're gonna run. Oh, there's 5 of them. 3 that are too dumb to get off the road, and 2 that are smarter than the other 3. Oh, there they go. Yeah, just stop and look at me. Dummies. That's the first time I've seen the wild burros out here. Sorry, just turning off my scanner. Got a new scanner, quite a new high-end model that I own 3 now, but I bought this one because it actually records onto an SD card internally, which the only way I was able to do scanner recordings before was a pretty crude way with a cable and a laptop and a program called Scanner Recorder, which worked. And I mean, it worked pretty good. I mean, it did the job, but to have one all-in-one unit is really nice. But unfortunately, it's the scanner is totally different than my older Radio Shack model, so I have to learn how to use it. Okay, so I'm coming up on this gate that leads into the restricted area. Not quite sure why there's even a gate here, what the point is. There is wow, all kinds of wild burrows in here. I can see more over here. Oh, bloody herd of them. Alright, so I've crossed, opened the gate and crossed into restricted area now. So I got a bit of a drive here until I get to Stonewall Mountain and Stonewall Waterfall. I guess I should put my seatbelt on, eh? Trail isn't too bad in here. I certainly wouldn't come in here with anything less than a high clearance vehicle. Oh, sorry. Put my seatbelt on. Like I said, normally I'd be driving my quad into on this kind of a trail, but there's thunderstorms rolling around me here, so that's the reason I'm driving my Toyota in here. Alright, continuing my trek into Stonewall Mountain and Stonewall Waterfall. Road's a little rough, but not too bad. So I'm still inside restricted area. I'm not sure how far this trail extends through the restricted area. I'll put that in the video with a text of the length of it, but a few miles anyway. Oh, jeez. Sorry, road's a little rough. So this area is, like I said earlier, between the Tonopah Test Range and Talicha Peak Electronic Combat Range, and I can see some, it's hard to tell, I mean it's man-made, whatever it is, off in the distance there, but I'll get some pictures with my big lens, and map it out on Google Earth, so you can see where I am and whatever devices I can see are. There's my maps.me with, as you can see, I've got the routes mapped out and the waypoints, like I've yapped about in my other videos. I do all this research on, I do quite a bit of research on Google Earth, and then I map out the trails in and the waypoints, and then export it to save it as a KML file, and then I can copy it right into my Android phone, and maps.me just automatically shows it. Asks me if I want to import a new file. I say yes, and what I saw on Google Earth is now mapped into my GPS, which is really handy. I mean, maps.me is pretty good as far as some of these obscure trails, but I've noticed that not all of them show up. So, and I've got the trail feature on maps.me. So, God forbid I get lost, I have a breadcrumb trail I can take to get my way back out again. Made this trail pretty soggy. It's not washed out, at least. Oh, there is a waterfall in there. Oh, that's really cool. Yeah. I'll get some better video once I get out, but either is or was a waterfall in there. Got a steep trail down here. Well, there's a bit of water. I can see a bit of a waterfall running. So I'm gonna get out and have a little bit of a walkabout, see what I can see. Oh, there is too a waterfall. I can hear it. That's really cool. Oh, and lots of burrow shit all over the place. Well, I guess they come down here to drink. That would explain it. So this is Stonewall waterfall off Stonewall Mountain. Oh wow. I don't know how far I can walk in here, but oh, it's worth driving. It's a gorgeous place. Wow. Oh, that's interesting. Where does this water run to? If I wasn't alone, I might attempt to hike up, but yeah, runs off down on the ground. Alrighty. Well, that was a fun drive in here to see a waterfall. I got burrow poop on my brand new Skechers now. Look at that. Walked right through it too, like a dummy. Oh well. I think burrow poop washes off, doesn't it? Oof. Oh, I'll avoid this pile right here. Alright, well, that's it, and gonna make my way out of here and camp for the night, so Area 51 Rider out.